Hello, everyone. Welcome to Challenge. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. And so today we're talking all about our superpowers and our passions and how we can sort of combine both of those to determine what really lights us up in our lives and what we want to be pursuing moving forward in our lives, right? So let me go ahead and share the screen on this. And like I said, if you're just joining, drop a comment to let me know you're here, to let me know that you can hear me. I know there was some issues yesterday with tech, so I just want to make sure that you're able to hear what I'm talking about. All right, so welcome to day number 2 of the Purposeful Mom Challenge. If you are new and just joining us today, for those of you who do not know who I am, I'm Kelly Femright. I host the Moms with a Purpose podcast. I have been doing that for about 1.5 years, and before that, I had a blog for working moms. I used to work in the corporate world, in business. I've been working on that for the past almost 2 years, and now I'm transitioning into becoming a mindset and business coach for other moms who desire to have a more flexible life and career. So I want to ask you a question. Do you know what you're great at? So when you truly start to think about the experiences you have had in your life, when you truly start to assess and to think about all that you've been through in your life and your education and experiences and everything in your life, do you have a sense or know? So when I started to brainstorm different side hustle ideas 5 years ago, I had to deeply reflect on what I was good at, what I had done a lot of in my life, and what made me feel like I was coming home to myself before I arrived at the idea to start blogging and freelance writing. So I did a lot of deep reflections on what I had been fired up for in the past, what things I felt passionate about in the past, and how those would eventually come into play when I started creating my unique business. So I really want you to think about what your unique superpowers could possibly be. Or stay at home or work at home that often drive our passions forward. So I really want you to discover what yours is. I want you to use it to design an action plan for pursuing your dreams that you can feel confident about, because each and every one of our power that guides our life. And these can be in our family lives, our relationships, or in our careers. Or do you know your superpower? And let's start to brainstorm together on this. So the first question that you can ask yourself is, if you asked your best friend or your husband, your kids, your mom, dad, sister, anyone else that's close to you, what you are great at, what would they say that you are truly great at, right? And start to think about that. And if you can, if you're here live, drop it in the comments. Let me know you're here, and then drop your answer to this in the comments. The next question, once you answer that one, What is a skill that is pretty easy for you, but doesn't come so naturally to others? So this could be anything from organizational skills. Perhaps you are very good at organizing your family's schedule. Perhaps you're very good at sort of having the ability to know what people are thinking before they say it. Maybe you have that really deep sort of intuitive ability, right? Maybe you're really good at that. Maybe you are really good at helping people figure out things. Maybe you're good at brainstorming or good at organizing events. Maybe you're really good at one of these things and you might not think that it equates to a lot, but when you really start to evaluate what skills come more naturally to you, you can start thinking of what you can really pursue in your side hustle business or even in pursuit of your dream career. So it's a lot to start assessing and thinking about. So another question is to think back to when you were a kid. What is something you absolutely loved to do, and why did you absolutely love to do that when you were a kid? Is there something that you just were really, really fired up to do when you were a kid? Maybe you, like for me, I would make bracelets and jewelry out of like all of my beads and my, all of the supplies I had, and I would set up a stand in front of my house and sell bracelets to people, right? So from a very young age, I feel like I had that entrepreneurial spirit in me. I also loved to read as a child. So that is something that has continued with me through adulthood, right? So just try to think back and to when you were a kid and what is something you absolutely love to do and why did you love to do it? So it's another really good reflection question that you can start to think about things that you feel super, super passionate about. So the next question I would pose is honestly assessing yourself, what do you think you're great at? So this can be a really difficult question to consider because oftentimes a lot of us do not like talking about ourselves, depending on your personality type, right? You might not like bragging on yourself, saying things that you're great at, but there are always things innately you kind of know, intuitively, you know that you're great at certain things. And these can again range from anything in your family life, your career, your side hobbies, your side hustle, your community. Do you get involved in your community and does that fire you up? Is that something you're super passionate about? So all of these different things can factor into finding out what your superpower is. And we'll get into a second in some of the coming slides how you can start formulating your superpower and putting it all together. So let me know if you're here live in the comments, what do you think you're great at? And shout it out. I love to just hear all of the different things that you feel you're great at, and I love helping lift other moms up and empowering each other. So drop it in the comments if you're here live. So here are some superpower examples that sort of give you an idea and help you start to think about how you can formulate your own superpower statement in your life. So these are some that I brainstormed previously. I help bring creative dreams to life. I empower moms to pursue their creative dreams. I inspire possibilities in people to pursue their biggest dreams. So one of the big ones that I've discovered in my, time of working on what I really intuitively and what my inner passions and what drives me forward, I help bring creative dreams to life. So I can start to use this statement to design my business, because part of my mission is to help other moms bring their creative dreams to life. So you can see here how creating this superpower statement is powerful in really honing in on what you want to be doing in your life and business and career, and how you can really start to use that statement to gain traction and gain power and start to really pursue goals and then turn those goals into action steps to start moving forward on what you're passionate about and what you want to create in your life. So now it's your turn. Use a verb to describe the action you do by using your superpower. Then start to imagine what your superpower statement could be. And I am going to be posting a free Trello board template in the group and in the group event. So this will help you map out all of these things so you can clearly see how you can start combining your superpower with your passions to start discovering exactly what it is that you want to be doing, or how you want to map out your goals for the next year. So to create your unique superpower statement, you combine what you do with the thing or person you help do it for. So I just want to tell you that you are a complete rock star for what you do in your life. This activity is just meant to help you start to reimagine your superpowers as powerful statements of what you do and who you can help. And this starts to help you get clear on your messaging and who you're truly speaking to, who your audience is. This will help you with so many things in trying to set up yourself for success, your own version of success online. So this can totally be a game changer in creating your side hustle or your business, or empowering yourself in your current career. Because even, reflecting back into my time spent in corporate, if I had used this method back then, if I had elevated myself up and really tapped into my intuition and created my powerful superpower statement, and if I really owned who I was back then, I think a lot of the trajectory of that career and where I had ended up could have gone differently. So I take all those learnings from my experiences and I want to help you move in a better path forward so you don't have to sort of go through the same struggles and challenges, really setting yourself up to just tap into your inner power and utilize your superpowers and your passions to drive your goals forward. So specifically for those of you that are wanting to start a business, you can use this superpower concept to start imagining how you want to portray your messaging, right? How you want to portray your branding, who you want to be, who you want people to see you as, your authentic self. Honing in on this superpower statement is truly a powerful exercise. And, who you're going to be speaking to as ideal clients, this helps with. Because when you can really sit down and narrow in on what you're great at, what your superpower is, you can start to communicate that to people that you want to have in your sphere. And you can start to better explain how your unique superpower is going to help others. So it all really starts with narrowing in on who you are and what you bring to the table as your unique superpower. And in the future, into 2022, I am going to be hosting more trainings specifically for helping you do all of this. And I'm also going to be testing out some fun, different ways we can start to examine how we operate best in our lives and our businesses, incorporating some human design principles and just other things that I think will really tools that will help you really narrow in your focus and be your true authentic self while having fun. So then after you start thinking about what your superpower could be, your passions come to mind, right? So superpower and passions could have similarities, but a passion is truly a strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement for something or about doing something. So how they differ from your superpower is because they are the innate things that get you fired up to tackle your day. So the sweet spot is when we can combine both our superpowers and our passions into one great big reason to start our side hustle or business, or to continue to work on it, to create and bring in new projects and ideas that are deeply inspired from that place of our superpower and our passions. So defining your passions will get you excited to work on whatever project you're working at in the moment. So yes, it is the most sort of ideal situation to get to that place where you are truly focused and narrowed in the intersection of your superpowers and your passions. That is the place I find that we can become most powerful as ourselves, as our true, authentic inner selves. And that is the place that we can be most satisfied with what we're doing. There is a big sense of satisfaction. You get excited to wake up each day to work on the projects you're working on. So it really is a key piece to this puzzle. So let me know, when you think about your passions in life, what comes to mind? And I want you to brainstorm 3 passions that you have. Hi, Naomi. Thank you for joining. I was just checking to see who is on live. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And so I'm talking a little bit about the intersection of your passions and your superpower, and how we could truly start to come to a place in our lives and in our careers or businesses where we can start to combine what we're truly passionate about with what our superpowers are, so we can start to really live in that intersection of both, so that we are fired up to sort of begin each day. We are excited to wake up each day, and we're really living in that intersection. So I just asked, when you think about your passions in life, what comes to mind? And brainstorm 3 passions that you have. These could be family, business, career, or other related. They do not necessarily have to be related to your career or business, but just start to imagine what sort of gets you fired up to wake up each day. Okay, so now that you've thought about that, if you could choose one to focus on, one of your passions to focus on and to pursue relentlessly. Now, think about something that gets you super fired up to wake up each day. Which one would it be? Which one would you choose? So, and I understand the sort of the dilemma. I'm multi-passionate myself. I have a lot of different things I'm passionate about, not just business and career related, but also, like I love to travel. I love to explore. I absolutely love to be in nature. So I love to read. So there's a lot of different ways you can start thinking about what your passions are. for me, and since we're sort of talking about how we can formulate goals and plans for the next year to really hone in on our passions and our superpowers to create our unique life, for me, when I went all in on my passion of helping other moms thrive in their careers, businesses, and in their lives, magical things started happening. It was almost as if I told the universe that I was all in on this, right? I'm all in on pursuing this as my passion of helping other moms. So more opportunities started coming to me. My messaging became even clearer on who I'm trying to help in my business. And it was easier for me to focus, for my brain to focus on what I should be doing day to day with my mission of helping moms thrive in order to start planning out what activities I should be doing day to day, right? So my direction in life started to become even clearer, and pathways started opening up that I didn't even know existed. So when you sort of narrow down to focusing on one of your passions, your mission and your purpose become so much more clear, and you're able to take those action steps at a quicker pace. So you set yourself up to keep showing up day to day in a way that honors your passions and your purpose and your mission. Everything starts aligning. So when you become very clear on what those passions really are and you operate out of a place from deep inner knowing and deep inner fulfillment that that is what you are meant to be doing, then those action steps start coming like one by one, and the path becomes so much clearer. And things will start to unfold before you like you never knew was possible before. And so that is what happened with me. Once I kind of declared to the universe that this was my direction, the opportunities started coming and everything started aligning. So I think it's super important for us to really declare that. And I should have put that in one of the notations, but sort of declaring our intention for the path that we know that we're meant to go in. That is a super important step that I think you cannot skip when you're trying to work on your big goals and dreams. So declaring your intention for the direction that you want to be going in. So now if you could choose one of your passions to focus on and pursue relentlessly, I mean, just hit the ground running and go into 2022 pursuing this passion with full force because you know it's the direction you're meant to be going, something you're super fired up to wake up to each day, which passion would it be that you would choose? And if you are here live or on the replay, if you're on the replay, do hashtag replay. But if you are listening to this, put in the comments, what is something that gets you super fired up to wake up each day? And what do you want to relentlessly pursue in the next year? So now we'll talk about putting it all together, your superpowers plus your passions. And so I want you to take out a piece of paper, write down what your superpower is and what your main passion is that you're going to put your focus on for 2022. And like I said, a lot of us have a lot of different passions and interests, but try to think of that main one that really gets you lit up when you think about it and gets you fired up and excited. And just think of that main one that you want to put your focus on. So for example, my superpower is I help bring creative dreams to life. And I am passionate about helping working moms thrive in their personal lives, careers, and businesses. So when I put mine all together, it starts to make sense that my sweet spot would be working with moms who have creative dreams and want to discover how they can thrive in their lives and pursue their goals and dreams. So then the actual how, so how will I achieve this, will start to make more sense as you start to define putting all of these concepts together. So for me, I can start to achieve this by hosting my podcast of purpose-driven moms on a weekly basis. I can start to achieve this by blogging and writing about topics that would help moms thrive in life. I can start to achieve this by writing my book that would help moms thrive in life, which I am in the process of doing. And I can start to achieve this by offering coaching services that would also help moms bring their creative dreams to life. So you can see the theme that's occurring throughout all of the areas where I can start, where the how comes in, right? So it starts with defining your superpower plus your passions, combining all of that together, and then the how starts to unfold as you start to think about what your personal goal is. It all depends on what yours is, and I would love for you to start thinking about this and brainstorming and writing down ideas and just seeing what comes up for you. So before tomorrow's session, if you could just take some time to reflect and write about what your sweet spot of your passion and your superpower could possibly be. And then also think about, are you currently living in that sweet spot, or do you have some work to do to get there? Think about all of that, write it down, and then I will post a prompt in the group to ask you a couple of questions about your takeaways from today's live. And also, I want to share with you a Trello board. So for those of you who have no idea what Trello is, I could post a quick tutorial and walk you through it. But basically, Trello is this fantastic organizational system that has helped me so much in my life and my business. So I'm going to share with you a board to organize your superpower, your passions, and your goals, and start to really think about how all of these can lead out of one another. And so you can really, truly start to map out your plan for your next year. But you want to map it out in a way that comes from your deep intuition and your deep knowing and what drives you forward, instead of mapping it out in a way that serves outside influences. So this board will just help you get all of your thoughts organized. And I won't be offended if you don't want to use it. But if you do, I'll post the link in the group and in the events page, and you'll be able to click and create a free Trello account, and then you can copy my board from a template and use it that way. So thank you so much for attending today, or if you're on the replay, I'm super excited to be bringing this week to you with the Purposeful Mom Challenge. It is something new that I'm doing. So if you have any feedback, questions, concerns, or anything at all that you want to talk to me about, message me, let me know. I am so open to feedback and love talking to all of you. So on tomorrow's training will be the same time at 1:30 Central Time. And we're going to start talking about tapping into your intuition in order to guide your goals and creating your unique plan. So this will take everything combined that we've talked about so far this week and bring it together so you can truly start mapping out your unique plan for 2022 and beyond. So hope to see you all there tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day, afternoon, or in whatever time zone you're in, maybe evening. And I will see you back here tomorrow at 1:30 Central Time. Thank you.